Hi friends, this is Devansh Lakhani here from Lakhani Financial Services. It is very important for startup founders to know that when they actually start up, it is not SoftBank who funds them, it is angel investors who do. So today I'm going to speak about a topic which is what startups need to know about angel investment and about angel investors. You must be wondering who angel investors are and how the whole process of angel investment works. Where should I find angel investors? So I'm going to give everything in this free video to you guys. So before I actually speak anything, I would hope and request that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is below. Please click the subscribe button and follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn. So without wasting any time guys, let us go on to the first one. Who angel investors are and what value do they bring to the startups? Angel investors are HNIs who have probably run successful businesses and companies and have already, made a lot of money, who are wealthy people, who they might be, owners of their own businesses and companies. They might be MDs or CEOs or high-level managers of big corporates, large MNCs. They also might be founders of some startups who would have got a brilliant exit and are now looking to invest in other startups from probably the same field. Angel investors are generally people who want to invest and who like to invest in the field of their domain or of their expertise, what they actually understand. For example, Mark Cuban, the founder of Dallas Mavericks and who is a regular shark on the show Shark Tank, he's a technology person and he's built a technology startup which he had sold early on in his years, and he had made huge amount of exit, and now he invests only in tech oriented startups and tech enabled startups. So angel investors are generally people who actually bring a lot of value to their table for the startups. They help the startups with a lot of advice, with a lot of mentorship, with guidance, continuous hand holding. They also open their contacts and their networks to the founders of the startups. So this brings a lot of value to the startups, and it helps them to grow from 0 level to probably 10, 15, 20 level, which actually creates huge value in the ecosystem. Generally, angel investors start investing in India from approximately 5 lakhs rupees onwards, and it goes on to probably 1 crore, 1.5 crores. So the second one is when you should actually start approaching angel investors. No, it is not something when you actually get an idea or you've come out with a particular product plan or something that you can approach investors. You need to approach investors with something that is very concrete. Your product is made. You have tasted some early signs of traction or success. You've got some positive feedback. You've probably made some revenue, or if not revenue, that you've got some kind of app downloads or user base already in your system. You need to know your numbers very well, and hence we stress the importance of making the business plan or the pitch deck, and that's where we add a lot of value also to the startups, which is very important. And that's when you go to the angel investors to actually pitch your particular business and to scale up your particular business. So the third point, which is very important, what angel investors look for in a startup before investing. So this is one of the most important points where startups actually get sometimes confused and don't understand what to actually present to the angel investors, how they would actually like to see it. So the first point, what angel investors would like to see in a startup before investing, is the vision of the founder. Vision of the founder is a very important thing. It needs to come out with the clear intent and the belief of the founder. There is a very thin line between the vision of the founder and when the founder is actually trying to fake it and trying to just throw some some kind of things in the air, just trying to blow it out of proportion and saying I can do this, I can do that, but it does not actually work like that. The angel investors want that founder should have a very clear path where he wants to go, what his goal is, what his vision is, how he wants to achieve it. It has to be very clear. It cannot be that something he's just trying to get it out of thin air and he's just trying to fake it. So the first thing is vision. The second and another very important thing is the team of the startup. Kind of a big team They don't mind you having a lean team, but it should be a very, very strong team. Even for example, if you have a 4-member team, but all those 4 members are decently experienced, they have the right knowledge, they have the right skill set to actually execute the plan, and they have the expertise in their domain. For example, one might be a CFO who's very, very good in finance, one might be a techie who's very, very good in technology product, one guy would be a operations officer who's very good with the operations, and one in marketing. So this kind of a team which actually forms, it creates a very good value for the whole startup and for angel investors to actually invest in that particular startup. The third is traction and scalability of the product. So again, as I've mentioned in the previous point, is that the traction and the scalability of the product is very, very important. Angel investors invest to scale the startup, not to actually try to get the idea onto the floor and start the idea rollout. Angel investors want that this product should have a particular scalability opportunity. It should have good amount of traction. It should not just be at an idea stage. There should be positive customer feedbacks. There should be some kind of revenues, app downloads, whatever, all these kind of things. It cannot just be that there is an idea and you want angel investors to invest in that. The fourth important thing is target size and market opportunity. The founders need to study the target size of the audience that they want to actually target and cater to, and the market opportunity of the particular product. Just imagine, guys, if your product is very, very, very unique and it solves a good amount of problem, it is a great product, but the market opportunity or the target size of the market is very, very, very limited or very small, maybe only to a locality, or maybe to only one city, or maybe to only one kind of audience. So that creates a very, very big negative point and a red flag for the angel investors, because they want that if a product has to grow, if the business has to grow, the market size needs to be big for the product to expand and scale. The fifth point is reasonable valuation. Now, reasonable valuation is obviously something which is very, very subjective. It depends from investors to investors and founders to founders and the business to business. So it is very important that the founders do not consider themselves as a next unicorn or the next billion-dollar startup, but to actually value the startup at a reasonable valuation, depending on their current traction, depending on the current revenues, upon the experience of the founders, the execution capabilities that they have already done and which they can do, about the from the future projections also, from the business plan also, and then value it reasonably so that there is a room for negotiation with the investor and to close that particular investment. The sixth most important thing with the angel investors look before investing in a particular startup is the exit strategy. Guys, this is very, very, very important for startup founders to understand that angel investors, or for that matter any other investors, actually look for their exit even before buying a particular share or even one share in your startup or in a company. If they don't see that there is a proper exit opportunity that is available to them, say 4 years down the line, 5 years down the line, then they would not invest in the particular startup. So exit strategy is something which needs to be clearly highlighted to the angel investors at the time of pitching, maybe the second call or the third call with the investors, and needs to be shown, angel investors needs to be shown a particular path. It might be by way of IPOs, or might be of M&As, or might be by way of any other VC coming in at the end of the 4th year or the 5th year, but there needs to be a clear path and a clear vision towards an exit strategy for the investor. That's when the investor will actually invest in your startup. So guys, these were the 6 points which generally angel investors look before investing in a particular startup. And if you have found our content pretty much valuable up till now, and if you've still not subscribe to our channel, request you to click the subscribe button below and subscribe to our channel. I'm sure we are going to provide more and more valuable content to you in the coming future also. Now, the last and the most important thing is, where should a startup founder connect with angel investors, and how they should approach the angel investors. So the first and the most important and the most basic platform that is available to startup founders and to connect with angel investors is LinkedIn. many people actually try their hands at connecting with a lot of professional investors or MDs or CEOs of companies to pitch their startup. But friends, understand one thing: these investors or these professionals on LinkedIn, they get numerous amount of requests to actually receive their pitch and actually study the startup and give a feedback and go on calls with these startups. You need to understand one thing: they would ideally not be interested in seeing all the kinds of startups that are being sent to them and that are being thrown at them by many founders and many entrepreneurs on LinkedIn itself. I'm not saying it's a bad way of going about it, but you need to understand your chances of actually getting a conversation with the investor going is very difficult. The second way that is there is and the best possible way that is going around is by way of referrals. Say for example, if your friend has actually raised any kind of funds for his startups, or he has good connects with any kind of professional angel investors, he could connect you with him, and that works like it works like magic, because referral is one of the best manners of actually connecting with someone and trying to close that particular deal and trying to create a good bond and a relationship. The third manner is that there are many networks, angel networks that are in India. There are angel networks for many cities that are there. But what happens with them, with some of them, is that they charge to the startups for actually sending their pitches to the investors, which is something which I don't believe that should be a chargeable kind of a thing. That's my personal belief. I have nothing to do with them. I think they have raised some wonderful amount of funds, but it is chargeable, and we do not actually get into that kind of a thing. And the fourth thing is that you can always approach our firm, Lakhani Financial Services. We are here to help you and help you reach out to maximum number of investors, help you to guide you, advise you, and help you to prepare the business plan, the pitch deck. We are there to provide you any kind of value addition or value added services that is there, and take you to the investors in the most confident and the conviction possible manner that is there. So do contact us, get in touch with us anytime, and we'll be ready. Our team will be ready to help you and reach out to maximum number of investors to get you funded. Thanks a lot. Again, if you all have actually enjoyed this video and the content that we've tried to put out here, do subscribe to our channel. Click the subscribe button, click on the notification button so that you keep getting notifications when we are uploading a video. And do like our Instagram page and LinkedIn page for any kind of short form content, and we'll be there for you. You can get in touch with us anytime. Thanks a lot. Devansh Lakhani.